Morning everybody, we'll just give it a few minutes. We're going to start the day today with Pilates, okay? So if you've not done Pilates before, don't worry. It's all very straightforward. There are different levels, okay? So if you've not done it before, you're a beginner, you're at level 1. And then we build it up gradually. You can try a harder level, but if it doesn't work for you, then you need to bring it back down to a basic level, okay? So we'll just give it a few minutes and see how many people we can get joining in. Hopefully you're starting your day well, you feel okay. Hopefully you're all outside last night clapping at 8 o'clock. I know my family were. The NHS is doing an amazing job. Not just the NHS though, you have got, we are still having our bins empty, we're having our post delivered, so we should be thankful for a lot of things at the moment. So, okay, so what we do is I start with a little bit of a mobiliser to get the body moving, limber up a little bit, and then we move into a series of exercises which are all going to be floor based, okay? So I'm going to move back and we're going to get started. Relax your shoulders down, lengthen the body. You're finding that natural lordotic curve, so you're gently tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. We're also engaging through our core, so your pelvic floor, the muscle from within, the one you use to stop mid-flow, that muscle, I want you to pull it up as high as you can. Now that's quite uncomfortable and it wouldn't be easy to maintain. So you're going to bring it down a little bit and down a little bit more. So imagine a lift, you went to level 10, level 5, and we're sticking on floor number 3, okay? Then imagine a belt around your middle, 10 notches, pull it in as tight as you can, notch number 10, out to notch number 5, out to notch number 3, and we leave it there. So we've got a nice lengthened posture, core, neutral spine. I'm going to remind you the whole time to keep those in place. Also though, you're breathing, placing the hands on the rib cage. Now your fingertips touch, but when you breathe, your hands are going to slide apart. Take a deep breath in, and release, and relax the arms down. Just begin to pedal through. So when you're doing the exercises, we're breathing from our rib cage, okay? So we're using nice, full, roll the shoulders, nice, full, deep breaths. Good, and the other way. Well done. Place the feet down, lift all the way up onto the toes, and release. So remember, only go as far as comfortable for you, and release. Good. We're going to take a big step forward with our right leg, and we're going to lengthen the back leg, and we're going to bring ourselves back to our central position. Alternating the leg. Good. We're stepping forward, lengthening the back leg, pushing ourselves back into the centre. Lovely. You're going to do one more on each leg. Lengthen the spine, keep the chin up off the chest. Last one here. Lengthen the back leg. And then we step out to the side, up, over, and then back in. Lateral flexion through the side of the body. Reach up and over, bring it in. Last one here. Into the centre. Arms are coming up. Now I want you to keep your hips nice and still. Breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, rotate. So your hips are nice and still. We're mobilising through the spine. Coming into the centre, release the arms. So all I want you to do is just take your right foot forward and point the toe. I want you to circle it round and just lift it as far as comfortable for you. Toe forward, circle round, lift and balance. Ankle goes one way and the other way, and we place that foot down. Other leg comes forward, balance. Circle round, lift the knee up. Toe forward, circle round, lift the knee, balance. Ankle one way and the other way. And place the foot down. So the thing to remember with Pilates is everything is slow and controlled. Don't rush anything. So we're standing towards the back of our mat or your towel or whatever you've got in front of you. Breathe in, tuck the chin to your chest. Gently begin to roll down through your spine. You're going to soften your knees, allow your arms to hand relax, and then when you're ready, you're going to begin the process of rolling back up rebuild your spine all the way up into a nice, neat, tall tower. And again, breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently begin to roll down. Soften your knees, allow the arms to hang relaxed, and then bring yourself all the way back up. So this time we roll down towards the floor, and then we stay down on the floor. So we're going to breathe in, tuck the chin to your chest. Breathe out, gently begin to roll down. Soften your knees and allow yourself to come down into a box position, please. Wrists, elbows underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. So your body isn't pushing forwards, it's central. Nice flat spine. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to push your right leg all the way back behind you. And then breathe in and drag the leg back in. Now you're changing legs each time. Pushing the leg back and drawing the leg back in. So this is your beginner level, okay? You can stay with this. If you want to work a little bit more, we're going to breathe out, we're going to fully extend the leg, and then we're going to raise it in line with the bottom, and then we breathe in, touch your toes down, and then draw the leg back in. So that leg stays completely straight on the way up and the way down, and you drag it back in. Don't lift it from here. Also, when you lower, don't bring your knee down first. It's got to be extended, toes touch down, drag back in. Also, you've got to try and make sure that the hips stay nice and stable. So you're not leaning across to one side, okay? If you want to go a little bit further, opposite hand can push away. And then as you bring the leg back in, you can slide the hand back in. And then your final option, breathe out to lengthen and extend and raise, arm and leg. Then breathe in, they touch down and slide back in. So you're only lifting the arm if your hips are absolutely stable, you're not leaning across. So I'm going to ask you please for one more on each side. And then when you've completed those two, you're going to bring yourself into a leg pull. Okay, so your forearms and elbows come down. You're going to be looking down between your wrists. The thing with Pilates is you need the alignment. Now I keep turning my head to look to the camera, and when I'm teaching to look at my customers, but you need to keep your heads nice and still. So from here, you're just going to draw up your pelvis as if your belly button is being pulled up towards the ceiling. And you breathe and hold. This is your level 1. Level 2, knees come up. Hold and breathe. And then I know some people like to come all the way up onto those hands. Please make sure wrists, elbows all stay in line with the shoulders. Don't have the arm out to the sides. You're drawing up through the belly button. Keep holding for me, please. Now, if you begin to shake or wobble, it's a sign of muscle fatigue, okay? So have a little rest, have a couple of breaths, and then join back in, okay? So you're strengthening through the core, the lumbar spine, the leg pull. In a general fitness class, you'll probably hear it referred to as the plank. So from here, I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths, and then gently, don't drop, gently lower all the way down onto your front. Now when you do this, you're going to be bringing your head all the way down to the mat, okay? You're going to take the hands into the small of the back. You're going to squeeze your legs together, okay? Point the toes away from your body. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, both legs have come up. Now this becomes your start and finish position. So your legs won't touch the floor now until we've done all our repetitions. Breathe in. As you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, heels to the bottom. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, breathe in. Now, keep going for me. I want you to imagine that you've got a raspberry underneath your belly button. You're pulling up through the core, and we're using our glutes and our hamstrings. Woo. Deep full breath. Now, any problems, then you can use one leg at a time. Control the movement. So this is your double leg kick. Deep full breaths, core muscles in and engaged. So in your double leg kick, please complete 2 more. If you're doing one leg only, do 1 on each leg, yeah? When you've completed those, you're coming all the way back up into that box position. We're going to work slightly differently to how we did it a moment ago, okay? So this time, I want you to breathe in. As you breathe out, that right leg goes back, and we do raise it. Now at this point, both of our hands are still on the floor. I'm going to come this way so you can see exactly what I'm going to do. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, leg comes out. Breathe in, bring it back in. Breathe out, leg goes out. Breathe in, it comes back in. Now your hips have got to stay steady. If you're taking that leg away and you're tilting your hips, just make it a smaller movement and definitely don't add on, okay? Because what we'll do now is take the opposite arm out. That moves 1 point of balance. Yeah, sorry, I hit my foot. And then if you want to, arm comes up, arm moves away, leg moves away. Have you got it? So only coming here. We're only coming there if everything else you're doing feels comfortable, hips aren't rolling. Remember, core muscles engaged, neutral spine. I'm going to ask you for 2 more with this side. And then when you've done your 2, fingers and toes touch down at the furthest points, and then you draw it back under. And then we go to the other side. So we breathe in, as we breathe out, leg extends all the way back and raises up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take it out. As you breathe in, bring it in. Now don't just assume, because you can do the arm and everything on the other side, that you're going to be able to do it on this side. Your body is naturally stronger on one side to the other, because I can guarantee you carry all your heavy bags in one side. And then when you other side is much lighter. So don't assume that the body's going to respond the same. If it does, brilliant. Add on. Opposite arm along the floor. If you want to raise it, you can keep it lifted and still, or you can move it with the leg. Breathe out as it comes out, in as it comes in. So I'd like you please to complete another 6 breaths. I'll come with you. Core muscles zipped up, arm and leg fully extended. Remember, you can have the arm lifted and still. You can have the arm extended but down, or keep the hand in the original place. Breathe out to take it out, in to bring it in. When you've done your 6, you're going to carefully bring yourself back to your level of leg pull. So we know level 3 is up here. Level 1, knees down. Level 2, knees up. I just want you to hold and breathe. Pull up through the belly button, tighten around the core, nice straight back. You're looking down at the floor. Once you know what you're doing, just keep your head still, okay? Hold and breathe. Strengthen through the core and the lumbar spine. So I'm going to ask you, please, for up to 3 more breaths. So that's up to 3 more breaths. Excuse me, I just need a quick drink. My mouth goes very dry when I'm constantly talking. Well done. So once you've done your 3, guys, you're going to come all the way down onto your front. You're going to touch your big toes together and drop your heels out. Because I don't want you to squeeze your bottom, and I definitely don't want you to lift your legs. Now your arms are coming into a capital E shape. Elbow, shoulder, palms of your hands are on the floor. If I go slightly at an angle, you might see this a bit better. Let's go this way. So you're going to breathe in, head down. As you breathe out, peel up the chest, keep looking at the floor, and then breathe in, gently lower. Breathe out, peel up the chest. My forearms, my elbows are still on the floor. And then breathe in to gently lower. Now if you did want to go a bit further, your arms can float just above the floor. Remember, don't squeeze the bottom, don't lift the legs. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Now, if you're lifting to the point where you feel pain or discomfort in your lower back, reduce the size of your lift, okay? And definitely keep the arms down. But those options, arms floating or arms down, breathing in as you breathe out, peel yourself up. As you breathe in, gently lower, don't just drop. Look after your nose. Good. So this is your swan dive. Strength and mobility for the core and the lumbar spine. Breathing out as you peel up, in as you gently release. And I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths for me, please. Once you've done your 2, you're going to bring the arms in and we're going to transfer onto one side. And I'd like you, please, to be propped up on your elbow. Now that arm needs to be elbow in line with the shoulder, straight line, rather than a diagonal line, because we want the rib cage raised. My legs are bent, my feet are together. We're pulling up through the ribs, through the waist. We take a breath in. As we breathe out, we press the top leg back. And then as we breathe in, we release. Try and keep the head and neck in line with the spine. Hand is there for balance, but if you don't need it, you can take it away. We're breathing out to push the top leg back and breathing in to bring it back in. If you're looking for a little bit more, lift up the hip, breathe out, press back, breathe in, return. Keep going. What's going on? I'll tell you. You've got strength coming from your waist and around your shoulder. This lateral hip raise, the opening of that leg, that is an excellent exercise if you suffer from sciatica. If you've got a shoulder problem, you cannot come up on your elbow, then you can still do this exercise, but laying down on your side instead. Okay, so hopefully there's something for everyone. If I do an exercise and you notice it is uncomfortable for you, just ping me a little message and I'll get back to you privately and see if we can sort something out. Breathe out as you press back, in as it comes in. So we've got a side bend and a lateral hip raise. And I'm going to ask you please for 1 more of these. Once you've done that, I want you to carefully lower and lengthen all the way out. So my arm's now underneath my computer desk. So if you can, if you've got the space, make sure that that arm is nice and straight. Resting the head down on the arm, hips, knees, ankles all stacked. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, raise both legs in line with your body. Core muscles in place. We're already using the obliques, the waist. So breathe in. As you breathe out, lift your top leg up. As you breathe in, gently lower. Now your bottom leg is raised, but if you find it too difficult, then you can keep that bottom leg down. Breathe out as you lift, in as you carefully release. Hand is there for balance. If we don't need it, we're taking it away. If your hips roll, put the hand back. And then if you want to go further, arm can go over. Breathe out as you lift, in as you lower, and then your final option. Oops, breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you release. Arm and leg are coming up, and then coming all the way back down. Breathe out as you raise, in as you carefully lower. So we're working around this top leg, core muscles in place, neutral spine, comfortable back. Lengthen the body from the fingers to the toes. And I'm going to ask you please for 2 more. Side leg raise, breathe out as you lift, in as you lower. Only go as far as comfortable for you. When you've completed those, lower the legs. If you need to give the hip a little rub, please do. And then you're going to bring yourself up into a seated position. Legs bent, shoulders down relaxed, chin is up off that chest, slightly side on for you. You're going to breathe in, tilt the pelvis under to your C shape, and then breathe out lower, only as far as you can go. Breathe in, start to come up, breathe out, continue all the way up without moving the knees or the feet. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out and lower. Now if you can get all the way down, that's great. But remember, you have got to get all the way back up without moving those feet. And use your breathing slow and controlled. Breathe into tilt, belly button to the spine. Breathe out to lower, only as far as comfortable for you. Breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out, continue all the way up. If here is your limit, absolutely fine. I know I have people that come to my classes who have back injuries, and for those, this is often just enough. It's just giving that mobility. I myself, my back is all fused, so it's taken me a long time to build the strength and mobility back up to be able to get myself all the way down. But that comes with practice. Lengthen the spine, chin off the chest, breathe into tilt, breathe out to gently lower. So this is called your roll up, and I would like you please to complete 2 more. That is a guideline, so if you do want to rest before you finish those 2, that is fine. Just take a little look over my shoulder, make sure I've got room in a minute for what we're going to be doing next. So we're coming back to our central position. We're going to breathe in, tilt the pelvis under. We're going to bring our big toes together and allow our knees to drop out. Now at this point, if you feel a bit wobbly, you can take your hands down for a little bit of support, but don't push into the arms, okay? They're just there for a little bit of reassurance. If you can't lift those legs, just have your toes in contact with the floor. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to lengthen one leg out to the side. You're going to breathe in and bring it in. Other leg, breathe out, kick it away. Breathe in, bring it in. So this is called your open leg rocker. Obviously, this is your open leg. Breathe out as you kick, in as you return. Next level, both legs go out, both legs come in. Remembering to keep that tilt, that C shape in the spine. Breathe out to kick, breathe in to release. And then if you want the rocker part, mind you're not going to hit your head on anything. Breathe out, and then breathe yourself back in. Legs kick out as you start to roll back. And then as you come up, we're keeping the toes from the floor. Only add the roll if you're good with the level before it, which is your double leg option. Open leg rocker. Breathe out to kick, in to return. Remember, keep your toes down if you need to. And I am going to ask you, please, keeping your tummy pulled in, keeping your neutral spine. I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more of those, 1 with each leg. And then from there, you can allow those feet carefully to come down. And I'm going to ask you to lay on your back, please. Legs bent, feet down. First thing I want you to do, after you've rearranged your trousers, we all do that when we come to the floor. So first thing I want you to do is find your neutral spine. So you're finding the position where your back feels the most comfortable. Shoulders are down, relaxed. Are your core muscles engaged? Draw up, tighten round. From here, breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your right leg up to a right angled position. Knee above the hip, ankle in line with the knee, right angle behind the knee. Little bit of help here. You should be able to reach your knee with a soft elbow. If your elbow is really bent, it's too close to the body. And if you can't reach your knee, it is too far away. So we're holding that leg in place, arms are down by your sides, core muscles zipped up, pulled in. I want you to imagine I've placed a spirit level across your hips, okay? Bubble of air, central and still. If you want to go further, we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to lengthen the leg to 45 degrees and we're going to hold it there. Make sure your knees are parallel. Core muscles are working here. Keep those in place. If you want to go further, you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you raise up the shoulders, chin off the chest, arms are raised, palms are facing the floor. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, imagine you've got a little bouncy ball under your hand and you're just pushing it down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push down. Don't allow this supporting knee to wobble. Core muscles in. If it's too much, you can keep the pulse, but just bring the leg back to right angle. That's an option. And then if you want to go further, the other leg can come up into right angle. Breathe in. As you breathe out, pulse the hands down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, pulse the hands down. This is called the 100 because you should do 100 little breaths. From here, if you've got your left leg raised, I want you to lower it. Upper body comes down and we bring the right leg. Don't you put that foot down. We bring that right leg back to right angle. Now you're going to keep the angle behind the knee. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you touch the foot down. And then as you breathe in, bring it back up. So gently breathing to lower and to raise. Maintaining the angle. Don't move your knee. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, bring it back up. Core muscles zipped up. Now if you want to go a little bit further, you can have the other leg raised. Keep the right angle, but keep this leg still. Good. Breathe out, you're lowering, touch your toe to the floor. Breathe in, you raise. If you want to then bring the upper body up and hold that still, you can. We're just focusing on the movement from one leg though, please. Breathe out, gently lower. Breathe in, lift. Remember, you don't have to have the upper body raised. You don't have to have the other leg raised. You can just move this one leg. And that movement comes from the top of the leg, okay, into the hip flexor. You're going to do one more for me. Then you're going to hold that leg in place. And allow the foot to come down and stay down. Breathe in as you breathe out. Left leg comes up, right angle. Should be a left angle, shouldn't it? Don't know. Right angle behind the knee. Should be able to touch it, soft elbow. Core muscles in place. Options, don't rush to your highest level. Check. Core muscles in place? Yes. Neutral spine in place? Yes. Breathing. Full deep breaths. Okay, you can progress. You can breathe out and lengthen. Knees in line with your with each other. Spirit level still across the hips. Make sure your tummy hasn't domed, okay? Draw in and down. Core muscles engaged. If you want to go further, bring up the upper body, arms, breathe in, breathe out, pulse. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. Chin is off the chest. I don't want to see a big pulling movement. It's literally just push down, breathe in and hold, breathe out, push down. And then if you're going all the way, you're bringing that other leg up into that right angled position. Breathe in. As you breathe out, pulse down. So your options, guys. One leg raised, lengthened with the pulse. You could keep it bent with the pulse. Or just the leg on its own. Core muscles engaged. Deep, full breaths from your rib cage. So I'm going to ask you, please, for up to 4 more breaths in your 100. Right angle in the knee, extended or bent, with or without the pulse. When you've done your 4, you'll bring the upper body back down if you've got it raised. If you've got the right leg raised, you need to place that foot down and then bring that leg back, right angle position. Keeping the leg bent, don't adjust the angle on that knee. Breathe in, as you breathe out, touch the foot down. As you breathe in, lift it back up. And it is slow and controlled. You should be working with the pace dictated from your breathing. So as long as you're breathing full, deep breaths, your movements are going to be slow and controlled, and they'll be more effective. Breathe out as you gently lower. Breathe in as it comes up. Want to work a little bit more? Upper body could come up. Other leg could come up, but it's going to stay nice and still. Breathe out as you lower, in as you raise. And I'm going to ask you, please, for up to 3 more. This is called scissor. When you've done your 3, keeping your supporting knee nice and still, then you'll be able to take the foot down. If you want to give yourself a long body stretch here, you can, okay? And then when you are ready, you're going to transfer onto your other side. Elbow underneath the shoulder, hoist up the rib cage, open your chest. Don't have your head hanging or cramped in too far. Hand is there for balance, feet are together. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, press the top leg back. As you breathe in, bring that leg down. So you're opening up through the lower back. Any little trapped nerves or anything, this is always going to help those, okay? Remember what I said last time. If you can't use your arm, then you can come all the way down and just do the lateral hip raise on its own. If you're looking for more, you're lifting the hip. Breathe out as you press. Breathe in as you return. Breathe out as you press. Breathe in as you return. So I'm going to ask you, please, pulling up through the waist, through the rib cage, so you've got this open space. For 2 more breaths. Once you've completed those 2, you're going to gently lower and lengthen all the way out. Hips, knees, ankles, all in a straight line on top of each other. Hand is there for your balance. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs, keeping them in line with your body. Hand there for balance. Breathe in. As you breathe out, top leg comes up. Breathe in to gently lower. Keep going. Something's just popped up on my screen. Breathe out as you lift up. Oh, it's okay. We're all right. It's just the battery going flat. Breathe out as you lift. In as you release. Arm is there if you want it. You can always bring the arm over. Breathe out as you lift. In as you lower. Keep going. I think I haven't put the socket on. Keep holding, keep breathing out as you raise. And in as you carefully release. So you're allowing your leg to raise, keeping it in line with your body. Arm is there as well if you want it, but you don't have to use it. Breathe out as you lift up, breathe in as you release. So I'm going to ask you, please, bottom leg is raised, but if it's uncomfortable, keep it down. I'm going to ask you, please, breathe out to lift, in to release. With Breathe out as you lift and in as you lower. And once you've done those 3, you're going to allow those legs to come all the way down. If you need to give that hip a little rub, please do. Good. Okay, so we've done all our exercises. We're going to bring ourselves round into a box position. Wouldn't it have been lovely if I'd just said, now just stay there, close your eyes and have a little nap? Would that be perfect? It is nearly the weekend. Good. So from here, I want you just to curl your toes under, push yourself back into crouch position. You've been on the floor for a while, so please don't rush, especially if you've got issues with your blood pressure, because you might feel a little bit wobbly as you come up. Chin into the chest, breathe in, breathe out, place the feet down, and then slowly, in your own time, using as many breaths as you need to, roll up through your back, rebuild your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, reaching the top, relaxing the shoulders, head and neck raising last. As you go about the rest of your day, just take a second every now and then to check neutral spine, core muscles, straight line from the head to the heels. Lift up onto the toes, check that that balance is in place. You've got an even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. You don't feel like you're lopsided. Lift up onto the toes and relief. One last time, lift up onto the toes, balance. Close your eyes if you can you balance? That could have gone wrong, I could have fallen on my face. Gently release down. Well done. So there we go, Pilates, lovely way to start your Friday morning. Hello Maureen, I hope you've enjoyed that one today. And we will see you later, 4 o'clock, we've got aerobics, okay? Take care, have a lovely, lovely day.